Never trust a vampire. I'm not even going to elaborate on that. I'm just going to let you guys say, damn, I wonder what he was talking about vampires. Never trust one. All right, so let's finish up. Well, it's not even finishing up because there is a Japanese remake of Cube, the first one, that I downloaded. Haven't seen it yet, but I'll do a video on that too. Probably not that good. Like if I haven't heard, like I just heard they did a remake like recently. So if it was a good remake, I feel like I would have heard more about it, but I've heard nothing. So I can't really say this movie's good, the remake. But Cube Zero from 2005, I really don't remember much from this at all. Like I remember that we have the guy. It's a lot less in the cube. I remember that. It's like a lot of like in the surveillance room with the main guy and his coworker. And like at the end, this guy becomes Kazan from the first movie. That's so stupid. That's such a stupid ending. That's if I'm remembering right. But I'm pretty sure I am. That at the end, the main dude here gets like turned into Kazan, which is just, I don't know, man. But the beginning of this movie is awesome. Like when the guy's walking through the cube, and I'm glad that it looks like the cube from the first movie more than the hypercube, because I said I don't like all those the white lights everywhere. I like the colored rooms. Cool opening death when he falls into the when he goes into the next room, and then the acid sprays on him, and then his skin is melting off, and then just he fucking melts into like a puddle of human guts and flesh. That looks awesome. Like really cool effects on that first kill. Also, anyone waiting for my Scream 6 video and thoughts on that, still stewing it over. That's so stupid. Yeah, I'm still stewing on the thoughts of it. So, I'll have a video out soon with my whole thoughts on Scream 6. Man, there's a lot of ways to die. Being drenched in acid and having your whole like body melt away. It's not at the top of the list of like the greatest ways to go out. Also, if you ever wake up in a cube for some reason, don't go assuming that water is just water and start like putting it in your mouth and trying to drink it and shit because chances are it's acid and it's gonna murder you. It's not good. I mean, is it over the top? Yeah, 100%. I mean, he says blood and like guts just start rushing down his pant legs and like hitting the ground. And then we pan out and we see the security dudes looking at this, which one of them doesn't even look anymore. That would be me. Be seeing people dying like this, like left and right. I just wouldn't watch anymore. But I wouldn't be in this position because I wouldn't work for this crazy organization, which we don't even know what exactly they are yet. And I forget how much they tell us here. But they turn him into Kazan at the end of this movie, so it's stupid. This main guy here, this like who gets turned into Kazan at the end, looks like a family friend, like a lot. Like Adam, if you're never gonna see this, but if you do before you die, should be 30, 40 years at least. But who am I to play God? Hey, you look like this guy from Cube Zero. There's a fish in the coffee pot that they're, I don't know, in the credits they go past this guy Owen's desk. Is that the main dude? I forget his name. But there's a coffee pot and there's a fish floating around. There's a fish in the percolator. If anyone knows where that's from, love you. All right. So Bobby Fischer over here, the main guy. And I mean, what else can you do? If you work for something like evil secret organization, then just play chess. Like with you and your partner here. But he's asking about like two of the other people that are supposed to work there, and saying like, when are we going to see this guy again? Like when's Owen coming back? So Owen's not him, some other dude. If you come on, this guy knows they're being picked off like one by one, like they're getting killed for some reason. I wouldn't be there. I would get out of the country as fast as possible. Just leave. Just quit. No 2 weeks fucking notice. Nothing like that. Just leave because you know that you're gonna get killed too. But hey, they get room and board. Like it sounds like they all live here at this complex, so that's not too bad. Wait, then isn't there like this dude like later on in this movie who has like he's missing an eye or something? Like something's fucked up with him. I'm pretty sure that's it. But they get food too, and they're little capsules. It's like we're in the future here. I want some steak. Fast steak, but hey, they get their food. And there is no chance that this guy just read the ingredients and what that food is off that little capsule. There's no way that all of this is written on these capsules. Like, get the fuck out. So then they do like some REM sleep testing on this one girl who's in the cube. And this main, or Bobby Fischer, that's just who he's going to be until I hear his name again. Bobby Fischer is excellent at chess, so he deserves the name Bobby. We see like, they can see like her memories or some shit. Like, I don't know how this works, but they like control a device like a claw grip and it goes around her face. And like we see her little flashback that she was with her daughter and then she got shot and tranquilized and brought to this cube. And this guy is like falling for her already. Like, they gotta vet their people more. Whoever's running this organization should have a few tests beforehand just to make sure people can deal with this and not go falling in love with the first pretty girl that shows up in the cube. Like, Kazan, I know you end up smart and you end up leaving here, but you should have been smarter before they turned you into Kazan. And this guy has green eyes, like in her memory. Like she takes the hood off of him, and he's glowing green eyes with a tattoo on his forehead. Like, why? I don't know. Like, I really don't. Like, what do the green eyes have to do with something? I just watched something earlier. I can't remember what it was. Same thing. Stupid glowing eyes. We got to take that out of horror movies. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really hope that this movie does end with him turning into Kazan, because if not, half of this video ain't gonna make sense. Yeah, that's gonna suck. Like waking up in this cube contraption and have no idea how you got here, and then your daughter was the last person you were with, so now you think that these people have your daughter. That sucks. And if you guys are looking for nice fashion for the summertime, shop at Nordstrom's. And if you need an alternative to credit card, credit cards, man, use Chime because apparently it's good for you. So this girl Rains, it says Rains on her little jacket there. So I'm just gonna call her that because I'm assuming it's there for a reason. That is her name, and she has amnesia too. She can't remember anything. She can't remember her daughter's name. So I'm not offending her even if I don't remember her name. So all these other survivors, they didn't really do anything yet, but the people that are in the cube, and then there's this like big fat guy, and like they probably had to fucking shoot him with 3, 4 tranquilizer darts to get him in here because he's fucking big, man. And nothing against fat people, trust me, you're just as pretty as, bigger people. That made no sense, but whatever. Cool little tribal score. Pretty cool. And then they have a system set up for the trap rooms, which is basically just using the boot from the first movie. So I was thinking for a second, hopefully they got a better system than the last two movies. And then this guy's just throwing a boot. All right, so the same old shit. That's not going to help any of these people when they reach a room with, like, from the first movie, when it didn't like register the boot. Like, I forgot what the fucking situation was, but the boot didn't pick up. Like, the trap didn't get picked up by the boot, and then something happened and someone died. So that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, hence that's what happens here. Guy goes in, uses the boot, thinks he's safe. Cool trap, like with the tension wires and stuff all over the place. Kind of like Jigsaw when the guy gets his legs stuck in the cables. Then he's just ripped apart. His head falls off, his body falls off. Looks really cool, but he's fucking dead. So they need a new system stat. So Bobby Fischer, now he's drawing Rains, the girl, and he's like saying that to his partner that like she looks very familiar and that he keeps thinking he's seen her before. I don't remember how that ties in, but I mean this movie sucks already. It's like a half hour in. So then the Bobby Fischer, and he's brilliant at chess, so he definitely deserves this name. They have like a whole little like chess board, but like in a newspaper, and like they just show like all moves happening like in his mind. Brilliant guy. Then they start looking in the cube. They start looking for like the numbers on the doors, like in the first movie, and they're not numbers, they're letters. And this fat guy reads the first one, and it's like CIA. He's like, "You think that's what? Like a hint of who put us here?" If it was the CIA, that's not a hint. That's flat out saying the CIA is who's doing this. So wouldn't be a clue, but they have nothing to do with the CIA. And just none of the characters are likable in this movie at all. Like in the first movie, I like most of the characters. Second one is iffy. It just really has nobody like to identify with, to relate to. Not good characters. So he's going through the files and he finds Cassandra's her first name, Rains' file, and there's no like pink consent form, which they got balls to call it a consent form, man. And like apparently, like they're saying that she can get another hearing, like if they appeal this or something. But then they find out she's like a political protester, and the other partner of this guy, Bobby Fisher, is saying like that explains it. She might not need one. So apparently, we still don't know why these people are in there, like at all. But it seems like they have something. Like maybe I was right in the first movie. Then like if they're criminals, they go in here instead of jail, something like that. But who really gives a shit? Win. Pretty sure that's the main guy's name, Bobby Fisher. It looks like that's what it says on his shirt. So I'm gonna go with Win. If that's not his name, fuck you. So now they have like a call from the upstairs, which like never happens, says his coworker, and they have to do like an exit procedure because there's somebody in the exit room of the cube, and it turns out being Owen, the guy who worked there with them. So that's what I said. Just get the hell out of there because you know you're next. Like, great movie, but you're next. If you're looking for a new car, the 2023 Nissan is looking pretty sexy. So this is a cool scene when Owen he gets into like the last room. So the two of them have to do their like exit protocol, which I guess everyone who's in this cube and finds their way out dies, because that's what it seems like. I mean, Kazan walked out at the end of the first one, like he was fine, so we didn't see anything happen to him. But Owen, like he's like can't even remember his name, and Win like freaks out saying like they fried his brain like the rest of them. So they fry your brain too, which is never sounds like a good thing. And then cool stuff that like he has to answer these questions like what his name is, and he's like Owen, I think. Then he has to answer does he believe in God, which what type of stupid question is that to put in there? But apparently no, he does not. And then he gets torched to fucking death. It looks really good actually, but finally something happened because this movie is not good. Like I remember this being a little better, but it's not. No one has ever said yes, they believe in God in the history of this cube. Are you fucking serious? That's what the guy just said. He asks them and says, what happens if you hit yes? They answer yes. He says, I don't know. No one's ever said yes. No one has ever said they believe in God. No one that's been in this cube. That is so far-fetched and stupid. And the whole thing here, this guy, Bobby Fischer, who works here, surely they told him what this job entails, right? Like they told him, we put people in this fucking cube and you're gonna have to look after them. Like he knows what this job, like what he was getting into, right? So like why does he feel so bad? Like how long has he been working here? Is he just like new on the job a week? And he thought I could handle it, but then now he's seeing like people actually dying left and right, and he's like, "Nah, I don't think I can do this shit." Like, come on, this guy didn't think of this like way earlier before he took this job opportunity. I don't know, that's fucking crazy. And he thinks he's gonna do whatever he's trying to do. He gets in the elevator and he just like goes down to the bottom floor or tries to, and then his partner's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, this guy really thinks he's gonna get anywhere. Like, look at this fortress. Look at the cube that they built. This guy isn't getting far at all. Oh, that's right. What does he go into the cube to try to help her out? Like, come on, man. Like, really? This guy is going into this fucking cube that he sees day in, day out of what happens in there, what's possible in this cube. He's going in just for this girl because he thinks she's pretty? Like, is that the only reason? Like, how come his heart doesn't bleed for all of the people in there? Like, wouldn't it be like, I feel bad, I gotta get all these people out? No, I feel bad, I gotta get this hot blonde out. See if she'll take a dinner date like this weekend. Like, I don't know. Cool shot though, just like in the first movie of like the cube he's in, like going down the structure and stuff. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, I was right. The guy with the stupid fake eye, glass eye, and carries a cane. He looks like Mr. Peanut almost. This is so ridiculous. This guy, Mr. Peanut. His name is Jax, with a with an X at the end. And he got his two henchmen down here, and now all of a sudden, like yeah, when the people who like the night watchmen they can just use regular keyboards. These people have like things on their fingers, so they swipe the keyboard away, and it's like this like touchpad mouse that they're like, I don't know what it is, but they're searching for Bobby Fischer because he's lost. Bobby Fischer, where is he? I don't know. I don't know. So while Win is like trying to work his way through the cubes, he's looking at the letters and he's saying that there are three odds. Like I guess when you transfer the letters to what number in the alphabet they are, if they're all three are odd numbers, then you're safe. So that's cool. At least he's got that advantage. Now, if you want to blow your brains out, watch The Masked Singer on Fox. Now, I was just going to say that they could be a little less cruel and leave these people's shoes, because this one girl was barefooted, but I forgot they've been using their boots because that's their foolproof fucking system. And then this girl gets separated from the group because she goes through the the door into the cube, the next room, and then the door slams shut and it moves, so she's screwed. And then she steps on like a hypodermic needle that comes out of the ground, and it like tranquilizes her. It looks like she's tripping on something. Like who knows? But there's a needle, and it comes and sticks her. Is my point. So the Boar's Head guy gets his arm bitten by some corpse in the corner. I'll be honest, I left the room for like 2 minutes, but something happened. He got bit, and now they're like looking at his wound and some type of acid or virus, something. If not, then this is my version of what happened. And then his face starts breaking out, so he's got some type of virus or whatever. So now, sad, like he's asking the black dude and Reigns, like, can you guys just stay with me? Like that sucks. Like this guy knows he's gonna die, and he's just asking for strangers to like just sit with him, like while he, what his fucking skin like turns to meat and falls off the bone. I guess, but now they say, all right, if you're willing to do anything, you're gonna check the rest of the rooms, like all of them, which I guess is fine because this guy's gonna die anyway. All right, so Big Boy falls down the falls down the door into another room. Cool, because then these things come out and they're producing some type of like high frequency or low frequency pitch that you can't really hear, but his head like starts bleeding out the eyes and then his head just explodes. That looks cool. Like there's some good stuff in here. Just a lot of just boring shit. So Win meets up with the two ones that are left, the girl and the black dude, and first of all, yeah, it was like some type of skin eating disease that Big Baloney had coming to him. But the head, that's so cool. The head explosion, awesome. So now he explains, because they're ready to beat the shit out of this guy. They're like, yo, you work for these people? And like, how can you do this? And he's just saying he's a computer guy, like he's just following orders. And he says that they had consent forms, that they volunteered for this. And that it's like experiments that they run on human beings. And you volunteer for it if you're a prisoner as an alternative to, being executed. So you have the choice of being killed right then and there in prison or going into this cube, at which he says there's might be other cubes out there. So like there's a whole bunch of cubist fucking organizations all over the country, maybe the world, guys. Yeah, there is just way too much outside of the cube in this movie. Like, it's supposed to be Cube Zero. We're supposed to be seeing a lot of the cube. I don't see a lot of it. All I'm seeing is people like night watchmen hanging out at their job. And now Jax, the glass-eyed fucking freak, is trying to locate Win and try to get rid of him. Because now he's a rat. He's not just a mouse. Jax's words. He's my buddy. Watch your local news on Tubi. Unless you're British. Cool idea to try to fuck them in this cube. They have like acid or some shit that like comes up right where the letters are, with the coordinates, and just dissolves them all. So now they don't have numbers to figure out if rooms are trapped or not. Another good thinking. They trap all the rooms around them. So they're basically stuck there. So he tries out like 3, 4 different rooms, all trapped. That sucks. So Jax, he ain't even the high up guy. He gets a call from somebody, some sir, and now that guy just tells him just finish it. And then bad CGI, but like it's like cube lightning, oh cube lightning. It's kind of like that. Like there's like X crosses of like lightning and shit, and then this is supposed to kill them, right? Like, isn't that what they were saying they were going to do? Like, just finish it? Because it goes on for like a minute, stops, and they're still alive. So I don't know what that was supposed to do, if anything. Oh, okay. So the coworker, Dodd, Wynn's coworker, he was messing with the connection and stuff. So now they got to get back online. So even he's trying to save his little brain man because he drew a little picture of the two of them, the coworkers together. One is chess man, Dodd, and the other one, Wynn, brain man. I could see it. All right, so now they got a time limit because they'll do it when the system resets. Then the first protocol is a clean sweep. Just kill every motherfucker that's alive in this cube. So they don't have much time. The system is rebooting as I speak to you. So One-Eyed Jax, he ends up fucking killing Dodd, paralyzes him with something. Like he just takes out a pen or something and goes and just blows like white powder in his face, and he just falls down immediately. And he's like, just so you know, like you'll still feel stuff. And then he starts like hacking into him. I mean, it's all off screen, so it's whatever. Like, this movie's really testing my patience. So now the black dude, I mean, yeah, because I said it's the tattoo, or bark, or whatever it is on his head. So he would probably had something to do with this organization beforehand. And now they, like, make him a super soldier or some shit. Like, this is getting so out there. So they supposedly find the third exit, the auxiliary exit, that Wynn was thinking there was one before this. And black super soldier gets like stabbed like through the chest with like a hook or some shit or like a pole. Doesn't matter. Something went through his chest, and now they're swimming outside the cube. All right, so they get out, and then they're getting shot at and stuff. This is not a good organization, like straight up. If they let this many problems happen, just in like this movie, man, they definitely dropped the ball a bunch of other times that we don't know about. Poor Bobby Fischer, man. He gets tranquilized. And before we end this movie here, some more from Tubi. If you have heavy blood, if you have heavy vaginal bleeding, you might want to try out Myfembry, which is a new medication for it. So they capture Fisher here, and he's saying like, "Oh, what? I don't even remember a trial." And the guy's Jax is just like, "You're guilty." Like, no questions asked. Like, "Oh, that's so funny." And now he's gonna get turned into bumbling Kazan. Yeah, so the girl gets away, and Wynn is turned into Kazan somehow. Like, or, I don't mean like literally Kazan. That is what I thought earlier. So it's not as stupid. But he's doing the whole hand thing that Kazan does, moving his hand, and he's like, "This room is green." So it's like they do this to a decent amount of people, I guess. And he becomes yet another Kazan. Not like actual Kazan, because that's what I remembered. Like him supposedly being the same dude as Kazan in the first movie. So it's not as dumb, but it's pretty dumb. Like, come on. Why don't they do this to every single person they put in the cube? Like, everyone. It's just like for traitors? I don't know. I can't take this movie anymore, guys. This was a hard watch to get through, like for sure. A lot worse than I remember. So, Cube Zero, 2005, not that great. No. So, tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yes. So, me and Sean are going to be watching, shit, I already forgot what it was. Some movie tomorrow night on his channel. Then Basket Case 2 with my boy Dave. Round 2 at the Basket Case Trilogy. Tomorrow at Thursday at 4, 2. I don't know yet, 2. I think we went with. Yes, 2. So, that's coming up. Other stuff too. So wherever you guys are from, hoping you're having a good morning, night, afternoon, whatevers. And I'll talk to you soon.